Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the Business English for Management and Leadership course. My name is Adam. I'm going to be your teacher through the course. And in this first introductory session, I want to do a very brief overview of what it is we're going to be doing together on this course. So the purpose is primarily linguistic, as you would imagine. We're looking to develop clear communication for managers, to develop the ability to communicate clearly and confidently in managerial and leadership roles, ensuring your messages are understood and effective. In order to do this, obviously, we're going to need a lot of high-level professional vocabulary and language. So we want you to learn and use key professional vocabulary and functional language tailored to business management contexts. It's going to be very, very vocabulary-rich course. As well as that, we will touch on likely some general themes of management and management theory and leadership frameworks, really just by way of contextualizing the language. But there'll be a little bit of theory in there as well, in quite a light way. So we're going to get insight into essential leadership theories and frameworks that guide effective management and decision making. We're going to look at how to apply these skills and this knowledge practically. Master skills crucial for meetings, giving feedback, resolving conflicts, motivating teams, team building, and making decisions, especially in an international or multicultural, multilingual context. So specifically, what are we going to learn? We're going to look at management foundations. We'll look at what is the difference and the overlap between managers and leaders. We're going to explore core management functions and learn key terminology essential for effective leadership. We're going to look at communication and team leadership. We're going to develop skills in polite communication, appropriate tone, delivering feedback, resolving conflicts, and motivating your team for better performance. All these areas where linguistic dexterity becomes very, very important. We're going to look at professional frameworks, as I mentioned, just lightly. So we'll look at things like Belbin team roles, SWOT analysis, SMART goals. If you don't know what these mean, don't worry, because I'm going to explain them. And also change management techniques to improve decision making. And we're going to see where all this fits in global modern leadership context. We're going to gain insights into cross-cultural leadership, managing remote and hybrid teams, and mastering virtual communication across diverse workplaces. So a little bit of theory, a little bit of language, quite a lot of vocabulary, and some practice as well. This is the structure. So each session lasts between about 8 to 12 minutes. I've tried to keep the tutorials as concise as I can, taking into account there's a lot of content that we want to cover. So it's self-access whenever you want. You can go at your own pace. And there are also downloadable exercises. You will find a PDF short booklet that will allow you to practice further based on the insights and the information that you have been working on. Some types of questions are multiple choice, like right answer, wrong answer. And other types of questions are asking you for your opinion, your interpretation. So they're a bit more open. So you can do this really however you want to do it. You can do the course simply in order. One tutorial follows another. But it's not the kind of course that has to be done in order. So you can find the topics that interest you or think are most relevant to you, and you can kind of dip in and out. It's not essential that you do everything, video 1, then video 2, then video 3, etc. You can jump in and out. It's not linear in that sense. So what are you going to be able to do after the course? How are we going to measure our own success in this course? After you complete the course, you will be able to lead meetings effectively in English, to confidently guide meetings, setting clear agendas and communicating expectations to ensure productive outcomes. You're going to be able to give constructive and diplomatic feedback, polite, clear, effective feedback to support team growth and improve performance. You're going to be able to handle conflict and difficult conversations, so to manage challenging discussions with tact and professionalism, to resolve issues and maintain team harmony. You're going to be able to use your linguistic skills and your knowledge to motivate teams, use functional motivational language to inspire and engage your team towards shared goals. You're going to be able to write vision statements, to craft clear and inspiring vision statements and strategic messages that align teams and drive purpose. And you're going to be able to adapt your communication, to adjust your communication style effectively depending on the culture or the virtual environment that you are operating in. So, a final word before we get started. The course, to sum up, is designed to enhance your leadership communication skills in English. It's for anyone to try and use, but I would recommend that you would need a base of at least a B1 level in English to get full benefit from this course. That said, there's a lot of standalone useful vocabulary that anyone could find useful. You're going to gain clarity and confidence in managing teams and leading meetings effectively. We're going to begin with Unit 1, logically. We're going to discuss what is a manager as opposed to what is a leader, because they're slightly different, although there's plenty of overlap. And we're going to take the first steps towards becoming more impactful professional leaders in English communication. Quick word about myself, if I may, since we're going to be working together for the next few hours. My name's Adam, as I mentioned at the start. I've got 18 plus years working in English teaching, English as a foreign language, and teaching and training and managing and examinations, curriculum design and courses such as this. I speak a few languages myself, so I am somewhat sympathetic and empathetic to what it is you have to go through. And also, as well as teaching, I've got a fairly broad background in the business world as well, having worked in both small startups and large multinationals in things like education, and also e-commerce, marketing and advertising. So I have a fairly well-rounded view, so you're in, if I may say so, good hands for the next few hours. So thank you very much, guys. It's a pleasure to have you here. We'll get started in the next tutorial. Join me for that. Bye.